Morning, Tehmina Khan is here. In TK Maths is Fun. In this video, I will explain to you a concept of indices, indices and surds, which includes surds and rationalizing the denominator of a fraction. This is video number 3. In video 1, we have learned about indices, and in video number 2, we have learned about exponential equation. If you have not seen, the link is given in the description. So let's begin with surds and rationalizing the denominator of a fraction. So this is the topic, and in this topic, in this video, we will cover these concepts: surds, conjugate surds, rationalizing the denominator of a fraction, application of rationalizing the denominator in word problem. So these 4 concepts further in the topic we will study. So first of all, what is a surd? What are surds, right? So all those square root numbers which are non-perfect squares are called surds. Now, if you don't know what is a perfect square number, let me tell you. For example, if you square 2, your answer is 4. If you square 3, your answer is 9. If you square 7, your answer is 49. So these square numbers are called perfect square numbers, right? So now, if you see root 3 is not a perfect square number, root 2, no, root 7, no. So these are called surds, right? Whereas if I write root 4, it is not a surd. The answer of it is 2. If I write root 81, it is not a surd. It is 9. The answer. Cube root of 27. The answer is 3. So surds are these type of numbers. I hope you understood with the help of example. Now we need to know in surds 2 things basically. Number 1 is simplification of it. So I've taken one example here, and before I show you the solution, I would like you to think, mentally we visualize things. And this is something related to basic algebra expansion. So if you see here, what you will do here, you will multiply 4 by 5. Whenever you multiply a number by a surd, right, it's basically mean this. Do not make a mistake of multiplying this number by 3, and do not write it like 4 3s are 12. No, this is wrong. It is like this. Similarly, if this number 5 multiplied by root 3, when multiplied by 2, 2 will multiply by 5, so it will become 5 2s are 10 root 3. Sometimes children make mistake of multiplying this by this. No, surds multiply by surds, and numbers without square root are multiplied with these numbers. And then 2 multiplied by 1 will be 2. So let's see here. So what it will become? 4 5s are 20. 4 multiplied by root 3, because when there is no number here, you can understand that it is 1. Just like in algebra, if I have x multiplied by, for example, writing in the bracket, x plus 2 multiplied by 3, for example, okay? So this multiplied by this is 3x, and this multiplied by this is 6. Exactly same concept. And this is 2 5s are 10, root 3, 2 1s are 2. And signs are multiplying as we always do in the expansion of the bracket. Minus multiplied by minus is plus. So this is a basic concept. You need to focus on it because this will be applied in later on in many examples. So numbers multiplied. Now after that, it is a like term thing. 20 multiplied by 2 is 22. And whenever you are adding or subtracting surds, look at the surd. It is the same number, root 3, root 3. So only coefficients are added or subtracted, right? So minus 4 and minus 10 is minus 14, right? Just like we write minus 4x minus 10x. Answer is what? Minus 14x. So just like that, that you will deal this. Okay? I hope it is clear. Now, I'm giving you time to do it. I'm putting the video on pause. Rather, you put the video on pause, right? And try it yourself first and then check the solution, okay? But I'm not giving you pause here. So you can try it yourself. By the way, the hint here is, common mistake is what? A student square this and square this. No, you will do what? Apply the algebraic identity, a minus b whole square, which is a square minus 2ab plus b square. So open it using this concept, and then we will do part B later. Some children write it separately and then multiply exactly the way we have done simplification here, right? So somebody is doing like this, he will get this answer. Whereas if I would suggest, whenever you see an expression like this to expand, now this is my A and this is my B, and I will apply this formula. It will become like A square, because my A is 4, minus 2, A is 4, and B is root 3. Root 3 plus root 3 square. You see, I'm just expanding it using this formula. So it will become 16 minus 2 fours are 8 root 3, and root 3 square will cancel with root, and I will be getting 3. So it is 19 minus 8 root 3, right? So totally up to you, because nobody is bounding you to do in a particular way. So whatever the way you like, you just do it. So we got the same answer, right? Part 2, because they're different, you see this number, so simple multiplication. You will multiply root 3 by root 2. Now both are in square root, so it will become root 6. First of all, I'm helping you to develop the concept, and then I will show you the solution, right? So root 3 multiplied by root 2 will be root 6. Then root 3 multiplied by root 3 will be root 9. Or if you want to write directly 3, you can, because root 9 is 3. So it all depends how comfortable you are, right? And if you multiply this by this, 5 multiplied by, when nothing is here, it's 1. 5 ones are 5. And root 2 multiplied by root 2 is 4. And then this multiplied by this. So it is 3 2s are 6. So you can see exactly the same thing it is written here, right? Now this number will add with this number, it will become 13. And when there is no number outside, it is 1. So 1 plus 5 is 6. 6 root 6, right? So this is how we simplify the expression in which surds are given, multiplication or addition. So now you understood the multiplication and addition of surds. Now what are conjugate surds? If you have given this number, and I will tell you where it is used also, right? If you have given this number 3 minus root 5, and somebody asks you what is the conjugate surd of it, you will say 3 plus root 5. So only the sign you change with the surd, right? Oops, sorry. So if I say minus 3 plus root 2, what is the surd, conjugate surd of it? You will say minus 3 minus root 2. So whenever the number is given like this, you are changing the sign of it, right? If somebody asks you what is the conjugate of this, 4 root 3 plus 2, it is 4 root 3 minus 2. Now why do we do it? What is the reason? The reason is, whenever the fraction is given to you, right? I'm giving you any fraction, for example, 3 minus root 2 and 1 plus root 3. So we try to finish surd from the denominator. And to finish it, we use conjugate. How do we do it? I'll show you in the examples. Product of these is a rational number. So whenever a number with its surd is multiplied, right? I'm saying, because the word product means you have multiplied. The answer is a rational number. So let's see the example here. 3 minus root 5, 3 plus root 5. And by the way, what does it remind you? You remember algebraic identity? Let me change the color. Remember the algebraic identity A minus B, A plus B. What is it equal to? A square minus B square. So right now this is acting as your A, B, A, B. So you can do what? 3 square minus root 5 square. Can you see? A square minus b square. So 3 square is 9. The root will cancel with the square root and you will get 5. So 9 minus 5 is 4. So you have seen the product of the conjugate surd with the surd is a rational number, and it is very helpful. Now I am talking about fractions, right? So when I will apply rationalizing the denominator, the method, the process which I will do using conjugate surds, I'm repeating, the method or the process I will do using conjugate surd is called rationalizing the denominator, right? So I'm doing this one first. Now, if you notice here in these two questions, in this one and this one, there is single term here, which has surd, and there are double terms here, two terms, right? So whenever you have two terms and you have to simplify it, every time this will not be written there. In this question, I have written it. Sometimes it is only written simplify. And when you see the surd here, you always use conjugate of it. I'll show you in the example. So when it is a single term, what is the technique? You multiply and divide this fraction by whatever surd is given here. If I had given root 5, I would have multiplied and divided by root 5. Right? The reason is root 2 into root 2 is what? Root 4. So actually this question will become this, and root 4 is equals to root 2. So this is how you have gotten this question. So you see the surd is gone from the denominator. Okay, now let's see this one. I told you we will multiply and divide by the conjugate of it. So 3 minus root 5. The conjugate is 3 plus root 5. And why we multiply and divide by the same number? Because we want to keep the balance of the expression as it is. We are not changing the question. If you cancel it, you will get 1 and you will get the question back. So whenever you are adding something, multiplying something, dividing something, you do in equation either on both sides. In fraction, you multiply and divide both sides to keep the balance, right? You cannot change the question by your choice just by adding a number, just by multiplying a number. So that's why we do this. And then this denominator, if you look here, after applying the process of rationalizing the denominator, in which I am multiplying and divide by the surd, by the conjugate of the denominator, what is happening here? This reminds you a minus b, a plus b, right? 3 minus root 5, 3 plus root 5. So this will become 3 square minus root 5 square, right? A square minus b square, the identity I'm talking about. And then 8 will multiply by this. So 9 minus 5, because it is 4, and 4 twos are, then you are, so this is erased here. Let me do one step here so that if you're not clear. Okay, so this is actually 8, 3 plus root 5, okay? And 9 minus 5 is 4. So you will do 2, 4 ones are 4, 4 twos are 8. And then after that, 2 threes are 6, plus, when there is no number, it is 1, 2 ones are 2, root 5. This is how we have gotten this expression, okay? Now let's see this example. I want to simplify it. I see surd in the denominator. So the first thing which will come in my mind is what? Conjugate of it, conjugate of the denominator, right? So now it will become this. This looks complicated, but actually it is not. So the conjugate of this is same but with plus sign. You can notice here. Now look at the denominator, this one and this one. Again, whenever you take conjugate, it takes the shape of a minus b, a plus b when it has two terms. You must have noticed in the earlier two examples. And this always becomes a square minus b square. So now this is my a, this is my b, right? So it will become a square minus b square. So 2 root 3 square, 3 root 2 square. Okay. So now In in numerator, we have done exactly what I have explained to you in the first two examples. This will multiply by this. 4 2s are 8, 3 3s are 9, and root 9 is 3. Then this number multiplies by this. 4 3s are 12 because 4 and 3 are outside, and 2 3s are 6. Exactly, right? Let me change the color. Then this multiplies by this. 3 2s are 6, 2 3s are 6. Can you notice? And then this multiplies by this. So number outside the surd multiplies by it, and surd multiply by surd. So 3 into 3 is 9, 2 into 2 is 4, and root 4 is 2. I hope it is clear. If you will put the video on pause and try yourself, you will feel more comfortable. You know, listening maths is not that helpful. So whenever you, for revision, it is fine. But when you are doing first time, always keep pencil in your hand, paper in your hand, and practice it. Put it on pause. Now, simplification, 8 3s are 24, 9 2s are 18. 24 minus 18 is 6. And root 6, so you will just play with the coefficient or the number written outside. It is 12 and 6. 12 minus 6 is 6. And this square will be applied on it. 2 square is 4, and root 3 square is 3. Same, 3 square is 9, root 2 square is 2. So 4 3s are 12. If I do one step here, 4 3s are 12, 9 2s are 18, right? And if I take 6 common out, I have what? 1 plus root 6. 12 minus 8 is minus 6, right? So 6 will cancel with 6. This is in root, okay? And this minus sign will become minus 1 minus root 6. Now somebody may think here that minus 1 is in the denominator. How come it is coming in the numerator? So for that, you should know the concept. If I write minus a over minus b, b, or a over minus b, or minus over ab, they are all same thing. So in this question, if I get 1 plus root 6 over minus 1, what does it mean? It means minus bracket 1 plus root 6. And when minus multiply by this, you will get this. So this is the basic concept here. So now I'm giving you, I have put more question because usually students get difficulty in this. So that's why this video will be a little long. But if you are comfortable, you know, you can just move forward the video and see the solution. But I'm just explaining here. So again, I will apply the concept of, by the way, here before applying the conjugate, you will expand it using this concept. Okay. Now this concept I will not explain in detail because I've already explained in the previous example. So here I will apply this concept. Okay, I'm applying it and I simplify it. So I got 10 plus 4 root 6. Exactly the way we have done before. You can do it yourself now. So you will get 10 plus 4 root 6. Now, if you want to take conjugate here, you can, right? But what I have done, I have simplified it. So if you want to take conjugate here to simplify it, what you will do 8 plus 10 plus 4 root 6, multiply and divide by 10 minus 4 root 6. Choice is yours. You like working with simple numbers, or you wherever you can cancel, you can. If you don't, choice is yours. I like to simplify at every stage wherever it is possible. It makes me or it helps me to get numbers in a small, get question in smaller number, right? So I'm taking 2 common out from here. Of course, root 6 will not get disturbed. So 2 5s are 10, 2 2s are 4, simple factorization. And then I'm cancelling it. 2 1s are 2, 2 4s are 8. Once I simplify it, then I'm taking conjugate of it and simplifying it. So you can do straight away from here, or you can simplify it and then apply conjugate surd. Choice is yours. And then after that, what we have done exactly like that, we will do a plus b, a minus b. So it is 5 square and 2 root 6 square. and this multiplies by this, right? So now, like I said, in the first few examples, I have shown in detail everything. So now I'm just giving you exposure of different type of questions. So you can put it on pause if you want to practice it, right? So now after this, 25 minus 24 is 1. So finish. You can leave this question here as it is, simply factorized form or expanded form. Now let's see the word problem, how the word problem is used or have surds in it, right? This basically helps you to check the concept. So there are, I think, 3 more examples. A rectangle has sides of length this and this. Keyword is rectangle. What you have to find out? Area. In which form you have to find out? Area in this form. So there are 3 basic things you have to focus on. The rectangle sides are given, you have to find out area, and you have to give answer in this particular form. If you will leave answer in any form, you will lose marks. Okay, so what is the area of a rectangle? I hope everybody knows it. Length into width or length into breadth. So now you can visualize or you can draw on the paper. I like to visualize the question. It helps me solving it. So I'm drawing a rectangle, writing length and width. Whatever you want to write here and here doesn't matter. So now length and width you have written. Area is length into width. So you will simply multiply it. And we have learned the multiplication in the previous examples. So you will simply multiply it, right? Okay, the multiplication at times or simplification at times have stages where students think what to do next, right? For example, if you see here, when I'm multiplying 2 sevens are 14, 2 root 2, 7 root 8, and why did I write here 16? Okay, because this I'm multiplying by this. So root 8 multiplied by root 2 is 16, right? Now in this simplification, some students get a stop here. They said, we don't have the square root number same. What do we do next? So now you have to recall that root 8 is actually 4 2s are 8. So it is actually equals to 2 root 2, right? Because root 4 is 2, so 2 can come out and 1 2 inside the square root will remain. So one can equally replace root 8 by 2 root 2. So this is what I have done. I have replaced it by this, right? The rest of the things are all same. After that, this will multiply by this. 7 2s are 14. Now you can see we have same square root, right? Root 2, root 2. So minus 2 minus 14 is minus 12. And this is in the given form. So if question says, what was the value of A and B? You just compare here. And you can say A is 10, B is 12. Okay? Now, this question is for you to think about how you will solve it. It looks different from what we have done so far. Is it? No, it's not actually. So just giving you a hint. After that, I will show you the solution. I'll not explain it. This is just an extra practice here. And then I will solve one last word problem. Okay. So in this case, if you look at it, looks different. Remember I told you, bring x together. In algebra, I told you this thing. So you will bring x terms together and take x common out. So this is the hint I'm giving you. Now try it out. Or should I show you one step? Okay, this is the one step, right? Now you try to solve it. And how rationalizing the denominator will be applied in it, you need to think. So I'm just going to show you slowly, but I'm not going to explain it to you. Maybe few things. So you need to focus what we are doing. I'm giving you hint. Factorization, cross multiplication. Now this is a question which we have been doing for so long in many examples earlier. What you will apply here? Conjugate surd. And what it will be? Root 5 plus root 2, right? And you're multiplying and divide by this. And exactly the same question which we have been doing. So you will get the value of x, right? Mostly in the third question in exam, they said without using the calculator. So without using the calculator, otherwise anybody can use calculator here and get the answer immediately. So mostly you will see when they want to see the concept, you're learning of rationalizing the denominator, it is written in the question always without using the calculator. Now, two examination questions. You see how it is coming or asked in the exam. Diagram is given without using a calculator. This is what I was talking about. Without using a calculator, find the value of cos theta and give your answer in this form. Now you see which concept has been merged here. The concept of trigonometry. Now if you remember the cosine rule, because question is saying find cos theta, do not think about cos theta is equals to adjacent upon hypothesis, which we do in right angle triangle, because we don't know it is a right angle triangle or not. We don't know this thing. Nothing is mentioned here. So you can't assume that it is a right angle triangle. So in such cases, you apply cosine rule. Okay. So in cosine rule, we know it is, if this is my side opposite to angle, let me call it A, and the other two I can call BC myself, right? So I'm making this side a subject, so it will become A square is equals to B square plus C square minus 2BC multiplied by cos theta, right? So this concept I will apply here, and this is what is done here. See, A square is 3. They are calling it B and C. Let me call it same thing so that you can relate it. Now, this square doesn't mean this is square and this is square. It is an overall square. So be very careful. In one question, many concepts are being checked. So this is square plus 2 square, which is your C square. See the formula. So you need to have a strong concept of trigonometry also. Minus 2B C. This is 2 multiplied by B multiplied by C. And this is your B square and this is your C square into cos theta. Now, again, what mistake children make here. They solve till here. They do this square plus this square minus this. You can't minus this. You know why? Because this is the whole term. If I give you 2 minus 3 minus 4 cos theta, can you ever do 2 minus 3 minus 4? And then write cos theta? No, you can't touch this. You can do 2 minus 3 is minus 1, minus 4 cos theta, right? So that you can do. So similarly here, you will start simplifying slowly. Now, if you see here, what has happened here, look at this question again. Let me change the color. So what has happened here? This term and this term has gone here, right? Initially. Or other way, you can take this whole term to this side and A to this side. So it will become 2BC cos theta is equals to B square plus C square minus A square. Let me write here small so that it can fit into this. B square plus C square minus A square, right? So this is your B square plus C square minus A square. So exactly same thing. Few steps have been done directly. You can do more steps to feel more comfortable, basically. So after that, we have reached till here, right? So now you will simply do what here? You can't use calculator, so apply A plus B whole square formula. It is a tricky question. Sorry. So apply this method here and then expand it. And then simplify it. Because they all are multiplying, this is bracket, so 2 can multiply by 2. 2 2s are 4. And this is coming as it is. And the simplification, this part, they have gotten because of this. So you can do it yourself. I have explained to you earlier. So after that, there is conjugate is also applying here. Why? Because you ended up at 4, 2 plus root 3. So they're multiplying and divide by conjugate of it, 2 minus root 3. And then you got this answer. Now, if you see, this is a very, what do I say, for an average student, a complex question. Concept of conjugate is applying here. Concept of rationalizing the denominator is applied here. Concept of cosine rule is applied here. Concept of understanding of this, concept of algebraic identity, which is applied here. So mixture of many concepts. This is how examination papers are designed, so that one question can cover many concepts. Now, last example, and then after this, it will finish. So the question says this triangle is given to you. This symbol means 90 degrees. It is given here also. Two sides are given to you. Now you have to find out tan B. Now focus, tan B. It means he's talking about this angle. And you have to bring answer in this form. Now you know what is tan? Tan theta? Opposite over adjacent. Now we can apply this method here. Opposite over adjacent. So now you have written this, opposite over adjacent, and you will take conjugate of the denominator and then simply multiply the way I have told you earlier. Simplify it, and you got it. 5 minus 4 is 1. So thank you very much for watching this video. At any point in the video where you have found, you need more help, you can first of all write down in the comment, or secondly, put the video on pause and try yourself. Sometimes only listening, does not make much sense. But when we start writing ourselves, it makes more sense. So thanks once again for watching it. If you like it, press like and subscribe button and share it with your friends. Take care. Allah Hafiz.